Kyra Cards for Engearment.com, here today to talk to you about La Sportiva Skwama, this beautiful thing. And I have been wearing this too much. I practically live in these things. They are amazing. They are fantastic for anything you want a softer shoe on, especially that overhung stuff. This is the tool for you. So let's talk about why. If you aren't familiar with La Sportiva, you aren't familiar with climbing shoes. They have been making fantastic stuff for almost as long as the sport has been around, and the Squamas are a testament to that. Whilst I hesitate to call them a middle ground transition shoe into more aggressive shoes, they are a very comfortable entry point into those soft, aggressive, intense climbing shoes. These are going to fit very tight. You do want them to be snug to get the maximum performance. These are a 43. I typically wear somewhere between a 44 and a 45 in Euro sizing for a street shoe. These are about a 10 US. I wear 11 and a half street shoe in men's and US sizes. But you do want these to be tight. You want your toes to really tuck down on the front, and you want the heel to be nice and secure because of how they are lasted. They are slip lasted, so as you can see, this, I barely need the strap for. It is almost like a slipper. It's going to be super tight. It's going to feel super comfortable. It's going to perform super well. I could have maybe gone down to a 42 and a half if I wanted that extra bit of performance edge, but these are so comfortable, so there's really no need. The actual specs of this shoe, you're going to have 4 millimeters of excess grip 2 on the sole. It would tell you right there, but I've worn these too much for that to still be around. Same for that heel. And then you're going to have 0.8 millimeters of Laspo flex in the midsole, which is going to give you a bit more longevity. It's going to give you that nice flex with that already pretty aggressive downturn. Relatively asymmetric shoe as well. Super cool. They also have a nice sticky patch of rubber up on the front, so any toe hooks, toe scums, anything where you're utilizing the top of your foot is going to perform super well, be super sticky on the wall. Other fantastic things about these feature-wise are they have the P3 randing system, so that's going to help disperse the weight of smaller chips and just holds in general around the front of your foot to the entire foot as a whole. It's going to help maintain its shape a bit longer. They have the S heel, which is going to help keep it super secure, feel super nice when you're hooking things. They're a little tight on your heel, which is fantastic. It's what you want. It's not uncomfortable, but it is aggressive. I also find that they have a very deep heel, which I am a big fan of. Makes me feel more secure when I'm hitting those nasty, nasty heel hooks or heel scums. And then that aggressive backing means it's sticking on. If you have a bit more shallow of heels or like less volume in the back of your foot, maybe consider the women's sizing. They're going to be a tiny bit less volume with their fit. Aside from that, there's no difference. But incredible tech in here. They also have this split sole, which is going to really change how the pressure on this front toe patch is going to function. It's going to help the break-in process a little bit. It's going to break in super quickly. These were comfy by like session 3, which is insane for a performance shoe. But it's also going to help keep the edges in better shape for longer and help improve that sensitivity and that flexibility on the rock. Things like Sportiva's Solution are going to be a bit stiffer because they don't have this split sole, but the Skwama, it performs so well in part because of this. It makes it feel that extra bit of softness. Other super cool featureability things about this, like we discussed, super nice slipper, but they also have this single strap, so it's going to be out of the way of all that toe work that you might want to be able to do, and it's going to help keep your foot that extra bit secure if the slipper isn't feeling like it's going to quite hold up to it. Like I said, heel's going to perform super well, and again, I have practically yanked the back of my foot out of these shoes while trying to pull on heel hooks, and my heel has felt secure inside of them. It has performed super well. Now, where do you want to be using these things? And that is always the question with climbing shoes, figuring out what shoe suits what purpose. And for these, at least for me, it's been almost everything. Because they are a super soft shoe, they might not perform as well in that little chippy stuff or like more slabby stuff. So like a little hold like that is going to be painful, frankly, to stand on because you're going to feel it on your toes instead of it being pressured throughout the shoe. For a soft shoe, it still does handle those little chip things well. But just about anything else, this is going to perform fantastically. And once you get comfortable on those smaller holds, this is still going to hold up and do what you want it to do. You'll have that extra sensitivity to really feel the grip onto what you are trying to stand on with your shoe. It will mold around more slopey things, so a hold like this, you will be able to feel the entire hold underfoot, and that's going to be, it's amazing. It performs so well. And then anything overhung, even if it is just slightly, this softness, the extra toe capability, it's going to make you feel like you're flying. It's so wonderful. I have worn these things inside and out for bouldering, rope, sport, lead, everything, and they have performed on everything. It is my go-to comfort shoe these days because they are so soft, because they break in so well, and because of that like leather makeup, they're going to break in super comfortably. They're going to feel wonderful. For a performance shoe, I can wear this for an hour without having to take it off, and that is ridiculous in my opinion. A lot of my more aggressive shoes, I'm taking them off like every 3 to 5 boulders or every climb I'm doing on sport. I don't have to with these. And they also are going to come in at a little bit cheaper than those super aggressive shoes, so I'm a lot more comfortable taking these outside on harder rock that I know will shred up the soles a bit more, because I'm not as worried. They're going to be a little easier to replace. They also are pretty durable for a soft shoe. I've been abusing these for a while now, and the toes are starting to feel a bit of that, but they've been holding up super well. The sticky toe patch is still sticky. It's still performing well. The heel's starting to wear down a bit, but again, still performing super well, and the shoe itself is still in great shape. So, if you are looking for a shoe that is super soft, super high performance, super functional everywhere on the wall, especially for those more aggressive overhung climbs or for a comfort bouldering shoe, the Skwama is what I'm going to recommend. It is a masterclass in what you can do with an all-around soft performance shoe. So huge shout out to Sportiva. Other super cool things with it is there's no intentional PFASs and additives, and they also are resolable. So Sportiva does produce these toe patches with the split sole, so you can get these resoled to add that extra bit of longevity to your shoe, and you don't have to re-break in a new shoe, even though the process is nominal with these things. But absolutely amazing stuff. If you need a new climbing shoe that is soft and aggressive, or if you're thinking about transitioning from like your first kind of performance pair or into a more performance pair, this is a fantastic starting point for those aggressive soft shoes.